Oof, happy Saturday night, everyone. Today's just a really big one in the news today. Looking into a website called Colossal now. What they want to do is bring back the woolly mammoth, and they've been going all over the internet, pretty much blowing it up on all the news sites and everything lately. And the major reason for it is because if you're trying to bring back an animal from the dead, obviously that's going to be an important part of science for the future, right? So they wanted to bring back the mammoth, and they actually got a big donation from another company of $15 million. So they want to repopulate Siberia with mammoths. I'm not really sure what the reason for that would be. Maybe just to kill off the animals again, or just to say, hey, they're like maybe that's the only animal that can really live in Siberia because it's so cold, other than like buffaloes and such, and like animals full of hair that are mammals. So like I'm surprised the people aren't there or aren't really hairy. Maybe they are though. I haven't like undressed a Siberian person before, so yeah, the Colossal Company wants to resurrect mammoths in order to repopulate Siberia. So I guess like maybe food or something is like the main one. But the New York Times reported that Colossal is starting a project with a donation of 15 million. So I'm not sure if they already have this um, already out. And like I've looked into a little bit, and I'm not sure who's donating it, or they're still like they're collecting the money, or that's what they want and that's the goal. For the idea of it sounds really cool. Of course, when you can bring back animals like Jurassic Park, it sounds really cool. Although there might be some different consequences and other ways of it, but who knows if that animal will live due to the way that it lived back in the day. Maybe it just doesn't have the same air quality nowadays that it did back then, the same type of air and all that. Like, who even knows? But I guess, like, yeah, we're breathing in air that's like hundreds of millions of years old and stuff. So, yeah, I don't know who's donating the money. There's like no speaking about it, and I've looked up on other websites as well too, and I just can't find it. If someone finds it, that'd be amazing. But how can you even revive a mammoth? Colossal scientific project is led by Harvard University biologist George Church. So George Church is doing this, and um, he was he's a genetic molecular engineer and chemist. He is the Robert Winthrop Professor of Genetics at Harvard Medical School, Professor of Health Sciences and Technology at Harvard and MIT. So extremely important, and I guess this man is really looking into it at an extreme extent. So we'll get to see how important that is to this person if they can actually follow through with those types of thoughts that they're having, and what they can actually do in the ways of bringing back the DNA and putting it together. Although there's so much DNA that you need from the animal, which would be majorly from every component of it, from its hair and everything, to even like you need all the molecules to put together. How do you get that in an animal from nothing? And then maybe they're doing the splicing or doing like putting things in jars again like they did back in the day, which was a disgusting experiment that happened to crazy people that wanted to figure out different stuff for war. Sure, it like did something good for society later on, but sure, there were a lot of problems in the back end too. Like, yeah, they say it's not going to be like Jurassic Park, so you can't extract DNA from a mosquito or whatever. So I guess maybe it makes sense because what type of mosquito is going to be in Siberia? Maybe there were, but there'd be like frostbiting mosquitoes that would go out and attack the people, and like they'd be wearing big thick fur coats and stuff out there. It's like a cold ass place. Like, come on, like what are we doing? With the website itself too, it actually looks quite extraordinary as a whole, and I think it makes its impact very well and clear by making it look like a broad spectrum of like some type of astrophysicist type of stuff, like out in the universe that you'd never really think of. So yeah, the way that they manage that website seems really good so far, but it just seemed to appear out of nowhere. So this might maybe have just been like a really new movement that they have going, but they wanted to do it starting in March 2015. Church and his genetics team successfully copied some woolly mammoth genes into the genome of an Asian elephant. So I guess they are putting some stuff in there. So I guess with that, then they're adding to it and then bringing those animals back. But it's still like testing on animals. It's like changing them for no reason. But I guess like for all we know, whatever changes that we make to an animal should, like we are animals too, we should be nice to them as long as they look good, I guess. But the animal isn't like consenting to this, obviously. It's just something that's happening. So, yeah, I mean, they made some DNA changes. And just making DNA changes, they stated, isn't just that meaningful. They want to read out the phenotypes to really do that. And the team plans to perform further tests to get hybrid cells to becoming specialized tissues in the attempting to turn the hybrid elephant mammoth skin cells into hybrid embryos that can actually grow into artificial wombs, which is, yeah, so I guess that answers my question about earlier. They will do that with the artificial wombs and such. So the technology transfer and translation impacts, they've done other stuff too, and they support of open consent to people, I guess, with shareable human medical data, I guess, which is which I would say could be a rapid form of accelerating human growth as well too in some ways or the others. The rapid deployment vaccine collaboration as well too. So a group formed early in the SARS-CoV-2 pandemic. So I mean, all these things they're going over. There's some um, there were some controversies because church was partially funded from 2005 to 2007 by the nonprofit Jeffrey Epstein Foundation, private foundation established by a convicted offender. So, yeah, maybe things will change, but like I wouldn't say that's like a huge controversy for this guy, but I guess like for some people it might be. So, anyways, yeah, so I think it would be really cool if everyone checked out this website. Here, I'll show you. I haven't been here yet. Let's just pause for a sec. All right, we're back at it. This is the colossal.com website, which just really appeared out of nowhere. And I think that they did a really good job with it, I would have to say. And the science of genetics, the business of discovery, like this too is so abstract. I would have this as a background on my computer. It looks well maintained for the future as well too. So Colossal Laboratories and Biosciences, I think that they did really good with the start of this so far. This is really my first time seeing it. It's not really more so of a reaction video of just like an idea and the openness to show people what it is and how I thought it was really cool just to see. I want to make this video short, but extinction is a colossal problem facing the world. And of course, with that $15 million donation, wherever it came from, obviously someone might be willing to help support these people. The World Animal Foundation, which is quite odd. I don't need, like, these things are new to me. Like, if I were to look this up, I'd have to figure it out. And yeah, World Animal Foundation. Let's see what they're all about. Okay, so they've been around. Okay, what the fuck? There's some weird stuff in here. We'll wait for that website to load. So the UN has declared that 1 million animal species and plant species are threatened with extinction since 1990, native species. They're just saying that they're really into it. Yeah, frogs, I love frogs, and they're decimated like every single year, like by like 1%. It's just crazy. Like you can see that. It's just wild. And like I guess it's because their skin is so sensitive to everything around it. So the more the purer the world is, the easier it is for these animals to get around and actually live. Like maybe one day we can like hybridize frogs and people so that we can get more like they've done studies on the animals, and I don't really condone it unless maybe the animal's like dead or something, or like maybe like totally I don't even know, like it's just wild. I wouldn't want something to happen to an animal that's like forcible and sort of out of its will, but who knows what's going on with all of this. So yeah, that's one hairy mammoth. Wow. Bringing back the woolly mammoth. The company, George Church, the founder and CEO, Ben Lem, it looks like there. A bunch of other people. Let's just check out. We've already read everything on here. What a short website too. Like the World Animal Foundation, I guess that's them too. So they want me to donate. Nice. Now they're gonna send me donate all the time. Yeah. So I guess they're supporting supporting it. But if you want to learn more about that World Animal Foundation, just look them up. I don't even know anything about them. I just wanted to show the website. Check out World Animal Foundation. There's another charity that's almost exact to that as well too. So yeah, anyways, that's it for today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Check some of these websites out and have fun tonight. It's Saturday, and get your freak on with yourself or someone else, whatever you want to do. Anyways, tomorrow I have a good video. I like to show people that as well too. Please like, subscribe. I would immensely appreciate any support that I get on this channel, as I'm just a beginner person out here, and also as well too, I do believe that some of my content is interesting, but maybe that's just me saying it. Maybe someone else would like it, I don't know. Check out my other videos and you might like something there. I do videos on pretty much everything that I can that involves like people and like sciences, a little bit of philosophy, just funny stuff overall. And tomorrow will be one about some really important causes that I find in my community. So it might be a little bit longer. It's more of like a talk, but something new that I've been getting into to expand myself and just learn from everything else. Thank you very much for watching my video. Leave a like, comment, whatever you want to do. Have a great night. Peace.